Welcome back to another reaction video from Level Down Games. Brian here. Special shout out to Dance with the Dead for allowing us to use their music for our videos. Everyone absolutely needs to go check these guys out. They can be found on Bandcamp, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much everywhere. Check them out. You will not be disappointed. Today, we're going to be taking a look at and reacting to the ID at Xbox Game Pass for March 26th, 2019, as you see in the top left-hand corner there of the actual video. This is a much shorter indie showcase than what we saw with the Nindies Direct last week and the State of Play from PlayStation yesterday. This clocks in at about 13 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and switch over. We're going to take a look at this and we're going to see what they have to show for us today. After Party. I like After Party. I want to see more on that. Oh, Killer Queen Black. Didn't we see that in the Nintendo Direct, I think, at some point? Or maybe it was during Microsoft's conference at one point. I don't remember. It had to have been a Microsoft conference if they're showing it again. This looks so good. And this soundtrack, are you fucking kidding me? Three paths to victory, okay. Snail victory. That looks good.
Hey, I'm Chris Charler from ID at Xbox.
And hi, I'm Sarah Condi, also with the ID at Xbox team. And what you just saw was Killer Queen Black, an intense action strategy platformer.
So I have played a ton of this game at arcades in Seattle, and so I gotta assume it's gonna have 8-player multiplayer on Xbox?
That's correct.
Sweet.
And we're thrilled to announce not only that it's coming to Xbox, but that it'll be a day one launch into Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
and
nice.
It makes it the perfect game to launch on our new show, ID at Game Pass. It's just turned out to be a great way for players to find new and really interesting games, and also it's been an incredible vehicle for independent developers to reach new audiences.
Well, with that, shall we jump into our next announcement?
Let's go.
Outer Wilds from Mobius and Annapurna Interactive is an exploration game about curiosity, roasting marshmallows, and unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. It's coming in 2019, and we're thrilled to announce that it'll be a Game Pass Day 1 launch.
This looks cool.
Outer Wilds, we often call it an open world mystery. It's very much kind of an adventure game. There's no crafting because you die every 22 minutes and go back in time. So the only thing that you take with you from loop to loop is your knowledge of what you found and what you've discovered.
Oh, that's kind of neat. I like that, actually.
Space archaeology and putting together clues about what's going on in this world, what's happening. Putting the story together kind of for yourself as you explore. We try very hard to make players curious and then give them the tools to explore and sate their own curiosity.
Mobius Digital was started 5 years ago by Masioka. We wanted to create an independent game studio that would do innovative games that anybody could play. We started with a few mobile games on iOS and Android, and then when Outer Wilds won the grand prize at IDF,
what are they doing?
we started developing that.
Was that a cup?
Have you ever been camping
on the
outside
end
at night, looking up at the stars, sitting around a campfire maybe, and we're like, wow, I really wish I could go hop into my ship I've got parked over in the trees and blast off and go explore what I see up in the sky. That's sort of the feeling that we're kind of wanted to capture with this game.
My name is Wesley Martin. I'm the art director on Outer Wilds. The look of Outer
so
Wilds was inspired
they're
by
definitely
several
not
things.
doing
One
the
of main
like
things was
Nintendo Direct
ads
style
from the 60s.
where they don't really go deep with like the developers and have them talk. This is a much different approach. It's still cool.
Fit really well with the level design of the game. The coolest part about the game visually is that all the planets in the game are physically simulated. So as you're flying around the solar system,
that's neat.
You just naturally get things like eclipses and planets coming into view and a comet flying by. And it creates these really cinematic moments.
I like that actually. That's awesome.
One of the big things we wanted to do with the game is create a world that feels like it's changing even when you're not there. Sort of, nature doesn't care, right? It's all these giant systems happening, tornadoes on giant steep, brittle hollow physically imploding on itself and falling into a black hole. Those things will happen no matter where you're exploring in the solar system. And that was very important to give that sense that you don't have any effect on anything in this world. You're exploring it, but really you have to kind of bend to its
It's a pretty looking game.
The other way around.
We try really hard to make sure that the art supports the game design so that it makes it easier to navigate levels, easier to find points of interest. So it's always great to hear when players just sort of immerse themselves in the world and find all the cool things that we've hidden.
What we have here is the Signal Scope, one of the many tools you get to use.
It does look like a cup on the end of that thing.
The Signal Scope is a telescope. I can't use it because I only have 2 eyes. It was designed for a 4-eyed species. And it also has the ability to pick up distant sounds from outer space.
This looks really freaking cool.
Mobius is very excited for everyone to finally realize what a strange game we've made. We haven't shown a lot of the weird stuff in trailers, intentionally. We're trying not to give too much away, but wow, there's a lot of bonkers stuff in the solar system of Outer Wilds. Thanks for watching. We hope you check out Outer Wilds, available on Xbox One and Game Pass.
Pretty freaking cool.
I'm Nick Zuklich, a content planner on the ID at Xbox team. Basically, that means I'm in a constant quest for great content and developers to bring to Xbox. I'm super excited to talk about what we're doing at PAX East. But before that, let's look at some other awesome games coming to Game Pass.
Okay. Void Bastards, we saw that at E3, I think. I remember that one. Still looks really freaking good. What is that? Operencia, the Stolen Sun? Okay. Looks really interesting, actually. Here we go! Supermarket Shriek. Oh, I want to play this so bad. Ooh, The Good Life! After Party, here we go, baby. I'm so fucking hyped for this game.
Drinking the devil under the table, goats screaming in shopping carts, cats, photography, dungeon crawling. What a time to be alive. And guess how many of these games will be playable at PAX East? All of them. They will all be Game Pass Day 1 launches and all playable at PAX East. Make sure to come by the Xbox booth and check them out. You can enter to win one of 4 custom-designed consoles we made for these great games. Be sure to retweet the Xbox Game Pass sweepstakes.
Oh, I'm surprised there's not an after-party one. That's weird.
Custom pins for all the games we'll be showing at PAX East. And yes, they're hard enamel for you pin enthusiasts.
I would have really dug an after-party themed Xbox.
We were able to sit down with Night School Studios
Hell
to
yeah!
shout out the game.
Here we go.
Milo, how long have we been friends?
Our entire lives.
Our whole entire lives.
In After Party, you play as 2 characters. You play as Milo and Lola. And these are 2 best friends who just graduated college. And
Oxenfree was such a good game, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
In hell, dead. Trapped for what they think is an eternity. And it turns out, though, that fairly early in the evening, they find out that there's a loophole that if you can outdrink Satan, which nobody's ever done
That's
before,
such a cool idea.
you're allowed
I love it.
entry to Earth. One of the first people I pitched it to after Adam and I felt really good about it was Janina Gavankar. And Janina, as I was talking to her, I was like, maybe you'll want to do a bit part in the game or something sort of on the side. And she's like, I need to play Lola. You've got to give me Lola. And as soon as she read just a little bit more of how dry and what a talker Lola was, Janina, jumped all over it. Milo is played by a hilarious actor named Koi Dao, who we also know through the studio just because he is another USC alumni, like about half of our studio. The chemistry between Koi and Janina has been great because they're both quite similar to the actual characters they play.
Sorry, this is Lola. I'm Milo. Didn't we have the same advanced frisbee class in...
Yeah, no, I remember. He's the one who had his wisdom teeth removed and then threw up all over the admissions director.
Well, it was nice catching up. Have a good summer.
See ya.
At Night School, it's just always important for us when we're starting a game to try and take something narratively that is relatable for players and then tweaking that as much as possible.
Hey, Billy, can we maybe... how about we change the music up?
I can't actually. They only made one song.
Class of whatever year this is. That's hilarious.
Yeah, sure thing. Just after this one's done.
The big theme of the game is what is a friend and what is a friend to you? Is it someone who is always going to agree with you? Is it someone who is going to be there for you? Is it someone who is going to challenge you? And kind of where you get your friends.
1666 Doc Horn, we fix horns.
And the game kind of
I cannot wait for this game.
Kind of an exploration of both how to be a good friend and how to define that, and also what friendship really means to the human soul.
Okay, I know that could have gone better.
College was a non-stop, inescapable popularity contest where the winners rule over an imaginary world. You think anyone in society is gonna care what they called you in college? What's gonna be etched on your metallic space crypt will be what you did in the actual real world. And the real world starts right now.
In our game, the drinking is really about role-playing and allowing you to tailor your dialogue choices based on the moment. So if you want to be flirty as you enter a certain bar, go get that flirty drink. If you want to be more aggressive, do that. If you want to get more specific and speak with a pirate accent and actually only talk like a pirate, go ahead and do that.
Can you? Oh, you can actually do that. It's so good.
Really set up in a way to give the player all of these tools.
Yeah, talking a pirate accent
inside of it.
Come on now.
So ideally, not only are you thinking about what I want to say,
give me one of them bloody stools
appropriately inside of each of these.
Wonder what that drink will do.
But also, just how do I want to behave and how do I want to be perceived by these other characters? So drinking was probably the biggest design push that we made into the dialogue system. On top of that, though, After Party has a variety of activities that coexist with the dialogue system.
I cannot believe this.
So the whole team at Night School has been heads down working on After Party for a little over 2 years now, and it's just exciting to finally get the game in people's hands. I think the thing that is going to probably surprise people the most is that there is a ton of heart in the game, and there's actually quite a bit of exploration of the challenges of friendship. By the end of the game, we really do challenge all of these friendships and factions down in hell, and so I think there's quite a bit more depth to the game than people might be expecting.
But why is New York called New York?
It's named after the Duke of York.
Oh, thanks, Brainiac. Why don't you lecture us on what a rhetorical question is next? I'm just saying you should pace yourself.
Thanks for watching. After Party comes out later this year.
Can't wait.
Can you get alcohol poisoning in hell?
Can't freaking wait.
Such a good game. Everybody should definitely check it out.
But that means we're done, right? That's it?
Not quite.
Okay, so that means there's one more left, Blazing Chrome.
Sweet.
From Joy Masher and the Arcade Crew,
Ooh,
Blazing
what is
Chrome
this?
throws you into some serious metal madness. The world is dominated by machines, threatening the few humans remaining with total extermination. You get to mess stuff up and free humankind
This looks
in this
cool.
classic running gun.
All right.
Made by and for fans of serious arcade action.
That looks
And with that, I
good.
just want to thank you all for joining us for our first round of Idea Game Pass. Have fun out there.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Short, sweet, to the point, I guess, a little bit. They did spend quite a bit of time, obviously, doing the, the chatting with the developers and stuff, which, again, that's totally fine. Just a different type of a showcase than what we saw with the Nindies thing, and then even with PlayStation State of Play. Just a different approach. Nintendo used to take that approach, but they don't anymore. They're more just like quick trailer after trailer after trailer now, whereas this kind of went a little bit more in depth with the games and allowed the developers to talk about actually making the games and what inspired them. So it's actually pretty cool. It's not a bad concept. I enjoyed the show. Killer Queen Black looks really good. What we're seeing here again, or Killer Black Queen, or whatever the name of the game is. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but those 3 words are in the title. That one looks pretty sweet. But star of the show for me, obviously, is After Party. I really freaking want to play After Party. I've been waiting for that one since the end of Oxenfree. Kind of want to go back and play Oxenfree again. Just an awesome team and an awesome game. Can't wait. As I mentioned yesterday, if you watched our PlayStation State of Play reaction video, we are going to be doing a more in-depth analysis of what we saw yesterday and what we just saw today during the ID at Xbox Game Pass for March 26th. Killer Queen Black, thank you, is the actual name of the game. But we're going to be going much more in-depth this Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern on a show that we do on YouTube, our YouTube channel called Flavor Text. Flavor Text is a Max Level podcast style discussion. Max Level is a podcast we do every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern. It's our general gaming podcast. We also do a video game music podcast called BG Mania every Wednesday morning. But Flavor Text is an extension of the Max Level podcast that is exclusive to YouTube. It's not found in the podcast RSS feed, where we go in depth with one topic each week and kind of spend anywhere from 10 to sometimes an hour talking about it like we would on the show. It's a lot of fun. Tune in for that. We're going to really dissect and go deep with the games that we saw and what we think. Outer Wilds looks really good too, like they're showing here again. But the games that we saw, and just really talk about the PlayStation State of Play and the ID at Xbox Game Pass. It's going to be a lot of fun, so tune in for that. Thanks for checking out this reaction video made possible by LevelDownGames.com. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, click that like button, turn notifications on, and drop us a comment down below. What did you think of ID at Xbox Game Pass? I want to know if you're hyped, if anything here caught your attention, if you're going to be picking anything up on day one, if you're hyped like for After Party like I am, let me know. We'll chat about it. And just, yeah, let's have some fun. Until next time, the future is now.